Namaste and good day. Good over evil, right over darkness, knowledge over ignorance. This is what most people think about when the word Diwali comes to mind. Diwali is the most popular Hindu festival in Trinidad and Tobago, and it is celebrated by devotees all around the world. But what most Hindus don't know is that Diwali is actually celebrated over a course of 5 days. Each one of these days is special in their own way. But what are these 5 days? Well, let's find out together.
The first day is known as Dhanvantari Trayodashi, or more commonly as Dhanteras. Celebrated on the Trayodashi or 13th lunar day in the Krishna Paksha or dark fortnight in the month of Kartik. The most commonly associated legend is the emergence of the physician of the gods, Dhanvantari, from the churning of the Kshira Sagara or ocean of milk in Vaikuntha. This day is a very auspicious day to conduct puja for health, as Dhanvantari is the god of Ayurvedic medicine. Another popular legend is that of the son of King Hima. The prince's fate was that he would die on the 4th day of his marriage from a snake bite. To save him on that day, his wife placed all her ornaments, as well as golden and silver coins, in the doorway, lit many lamps, and kept the prince up by telling him stories and singing songs. When Yama, the god of death, came in the form of a serpent, he was blinded by the brilliance of the lamps and jewelry. Thus, being prevented from entering the room, Yama climbed up onto the heap of coins and listened to the stories and songs, then silently left when the morning came. In this manner, the young prince was saved from death by the cleverness of his wife. And therefore, on that day, we offer precious and valuable items in tribute to Lord Yama.
The second day is known as Narak Chaturdasi, celebrated on the Chaturdasi in the Krishna Paksha in the month of Kartik. The most popular legend associated with this in Hindu literature is the destruction of the demon Narakasur by the hands of Lord Krishna's wife, Satyabhama, who was an incarnation of Bhudevi, Mother Earth. Narakasur had imprisoned 16,000 princesses. After he was killed, when they were freed, to save their honor and ensure they were cared for, Lord Krishna married all of them. Lord Krishna took Narakasur's body and dragged it across the earth. Doing so, he became covered in blood. To clean his body, his wives showered him with perfumed oils. Therefore, on this day, it is recommended to smear kumkum on one's forehead and then bathe in the morning with perfumed oils. Also, following the legend of Dhanteras, when King Hima's daughter-in-law saved her husband from Yama, this day is also known as Choti Diwali, whereby the Yamdeep is lit at the doorway of the home so as to prevent untimely death for those residing in that home.
The main day of Diwali itself is the third day of this festival, celebrated on the new moon day in the month of Kartik in the Krishna Paksh. It is the darkest night of the year. Lakshmi Puja is performed on this day, where we worship Mother Lakshmi as well as Lord Ganesh, Mother Saraswati, Mother Kali, in some cases Lord Indra and Lord Kubera, the god of wealth, after which many diyas or earthen lamps are lit all around the home, symbolizing the welcome of Mother Lakshmi. Another legend associated with this celebration is the return of Sri Ram, Lakshman and Mother Sita to Ayodhya after 14 years of exile. Upon their arrival to Ayodhya, all the citizens lit diyas along the streets to welcome their beloved prince. In the same way, we also light diyas along the walkways in our homes to welcome Mother Lakshmi.
The fourth day is known as Govardhan Puja, although some may also refer to it as Bali Pratipada. See, this day is celebrated in Shukla Paksh in the month of Kartik on Pratipada. As you all may know, the common Katha, story and legend associated with this day is the lifting of Govardhan Parvat by Bhagavan Shri Krishna, saving all the cowherders of Vrindavan from the wrath, power and rains and storms of Lord Indra. However, another legend, another katha associated with this day is the defeat of Prahalad's grandson, Raja Bali, who was defeated by the hands of Lord Vishnu, who came in the form of Vaman Baba, or the dwarf avatar. Minute in size he was, but contained the entire universe within him. Raja Bali had become so arrogant with power, so overwhelmed and everything with this power within him. So to teach him humility, Bhagwan Vishnu came as Vaman Baba. He came to his doorstep one day. Bhavati Bhiksham Dehi. As a Brahman, he asks. Raja Bali, being the king, he says, "What do you wish for, Brahman?" Vaman Baba says, "I want 3 steps of land." Raja Bali laughed. Says, "I can offer you acres and acres of kingdoms." 3 steps? Tathastu, so be it. Then, little did he know, that Vaman Baba, that dwarf avatar who himself created the universe, came into this huge form known as Trivakaram. With 1 step, covered the whole of Earth, the stars, the moons, the planets, the solar system. With a 2nd step, he covered all of the galaxies, the heavens himself, all of Brahman. That's the entire universe. What more is there? Hey Raja Bali, 2 steps I've covered everything. Where do I take my 3rd? You've promised me 3. Raja Bali, seeing the power of Bhagwan himself, fell to his knees in total surrender. Says, "Prabhu," and humbly said, "Prabhu, may your 3rd step be on my head, my mind." Bhagwan Vishnu, pleased with him, lifted up his feet and touched his head. And with his head, he pushed him down to Pataloka. Some may say Raja Bali became one of the 7 immortal beings after being touched by Bhagwan Vishnu's feet. On this day, Govardhan Puja, one should create a small mountain of garden soil, decorate it, adore it, as though he was Bhagwan Krishna himself. In fact, place a crown on it, put a basuri at the base of the hill, offer chandan, essence, flowers, pool, sweet smelling flowers, light a diya at the base, sprinkle the hill with grains of rice, offer prasad with sugarcane, pour cow's milk, dahi, offer mithai, perform pradshakshanam 3 times around the Govardhan Parvat, and offer arati to the hill, for that is Bhagwan himself. This is Govardhan Puja, the 4th day.
The final day of Diwali is known as Yamadvaita or Bhai Dooj. Dvaita is celebrated in the Shukla Paksh of the month Kartik. Similar to Raksha Bandhan, it celebrates the bond of a brother and a sister. Except on this occasion, it is the brother who travels to meet his sister. There are 2 legends associated with the celebration of Bhai Dooj. Firstly, when the god of death, Yama, visited his sister Yamuna. Secondly, when Lord Krishna visited his sister Subhadra after defeating the demon of Narakasur. In both stories, the sisters welcomed the brothers with open arms, tilak to their forehead, performed arati and fed them sweet.
As we conclude our presentation for today, we would like to leave you with this mantra. Om Asitoma Sigamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityurma Mritam Gamaya. O Mother, lead me from untruth to truth, from darkness to light, from death to immortality. We thank you for listening to our presentation today, and we hope that the knowledge we shared today will make a difference in your life. We pray that the eternal light of knowledge continues to remove the darkness of ignorance as we celebrate the triumph of good over evil, the removal of darkness by light, and the dissolution of ignorance through knowledge. On behalf of the Hindu Students' Council of Trinidad and Tobago, Shubh Divali to all. Satya Sanatan Dharma ki Jai. Jai Sitaram.